the Toronto Raptors select Damon Stoudemire from the University of Arizona.
You know, the reason I think I get it done is because a lot of people they might measure my size, but they can't measure my heart.
You know, if you're going to trade me, but don't play mind game.
Desperate to get out while the going is still good.
In 2001, the Raptors met the Philadelphia 76ers in a crucial Game 7 of a playoff series.
Carter at the buzzer, no good, and the Sixers hold on.
With the 9th pick in the 2009 NBA Draft, the Toronto Raptors select DeMar DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan, 6 to go, got all the way to the ball. DeRozan, oh! Here's DeRozan on the inside, put back, good. Long rebound, DeRozan's gonna fire the three. It's blocked by Pierce, and the Nets win the series.
Remember this feeling. It's not a good feeling.
Raptors and Cavaliers tied at 105. DeRozan drives in, gives it up. Van Fleet back in, a three. No good. DeRozan in and out. 3 seconds. Tipping Van shoots. That won't go. There's a lid on the rim. DeRozan matched up with Thompson. 8 seconds. DeRozan drives in. DeRozan ball fake, kick out. Van Fleet. 3 seconds. Van Fleet. No good. Cleveland's got the rebound.
Psychologically, after game 1, they were done. I like their players, I like their coach, but to come out and just get dominated 2 games, just like quit basically in 2 games.
Nervous basketball, they lost that, and you know, their backs were against the wall. LeBron did what he did.
You know what, hey, you got to be man enough to admit when you're wrong, and I was 100% wrong about the Raptors.
They had been communicating really over the last couple of weeks, Toronto and San Antonio.
Both of these guys have said they don't really want this deal to go. They're not happy with all this.
Kawhi Leonard going to Toronto, what do you think?
I think the Spurs are going home high-fiving, Ryan. I think they can't believe they got this deal.
What part of Kawhi Leonard's behavior in the last year and every story that's come out in the last several weeks says anything about this dude having any of the qualities that a leader is supposed to have? You don't talk, you don't defend yourself. Now you got stories coming out that you're coming off as an obnoxious diva. I'm so over this dude. The city of San Antonio is over this dude. You can go as soon as they get whatever they want for you, but if you think you're just gonna walk out of there and get your way because you've thrown this little spoiled hissy fit and become one of the most unlikable characters, like you are no longer a person I root for. You are someone who has just shown every quality of a spoiled, entitled person.
At the end of the day, I gave everything I had to that team. Every single day and night, whatever was asked from me, couldn't think for a second, you know, because it just didn't feel real. They caught me completely off guard.
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, it's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Is Leonard, and is trying to guard Kawhi Leonard. Quick spin, gets inside and throws it down. Vucevic, pretty spin, blocked inside. It's Leonard. Leonard looking to weave his way. He does. Beautiful spin. Leonard with a steal. Oh, I remember the Raptors when it involved him in a lot of to the clock. 5 seconds. Leonard makes his move. That's a man's chip. It's off the Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Number 2 has become the most overprotected, overhyped superstar in all of sports in the wake of LeBron. And because of all that, I'm not going to give in to all that the way most people do.
I'm going with the Golden State Warriors. Everybody was out here. Everybody in this building was rocking. I'm glad they enjoyed the moment. It was touching. It really, really was. It felt like they won a championship tonight. And I don't blame them, because that's the only time they're going to feel that way.
Minutes to
keep their season alive. Kyle Lowry won a start, building. The one time they played the regular season, they won again. Lowry again, or an incredible 1-4. The last 4 road teams have won in the series. Good start tonight was imperative. As Siakam calling for it, no hesitation. Off the dribble. Leonard steps back, but in for rebound. Rebound Leonard. Lowry out of the back, goes up and lays it in. Lowry between the legs, drives inside, falling away, puts it up, bounces and drops through. Draymond Green's gonna try again. This time he delivered. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Cousins on the drive across the lane. Layup is good. 1-point game. An NBA championship on the line. Iguodala throws it to Green, who catches it. Back to Curry, puts up a 3. Won't go. And it's a team from Toronto, Canada. We the North are now we the champions. The Raptors, the 2019 NBA champs.
Your 2019 NBA champions, the Toronto Raptors.
What's up guys? The filming guys is laughing at me right now. You guys already know what video this is based on the title. The reason why I did this video is
because you wanted to make money.
I had to make this video because it's history, yo. Like I had to film history. Like it was happening right in front of our eyes. How could I not record it? This one is just for me. I had to do it.
Basketball Jindabad.
On that note, roll the intro. So how this all started, the night before, us three, this guy and this guy, we mapped out what we're gonna do and when we're gonna leave. It was Monday the 17th. I woke up at 5 a.m., get ready and pick these up. Okay, on the way to picking up Uzi, he's a knockoff Ozzy.
Yeah, the more original and more likable one.
On the way to picking him up, the traffic, smooth sailing, all good. On the way to picking up Abdi, mad traffic. Understand, we had to get there by 6:40 or else the train would leave. In other words,
this is not Dilwale Dulhania where you guys can run and be like, "Ja Abdi, ja, go Abdi, catch the train."
We literally got there a minute before the train. We got there on time. Before we got there, we were listening to the radio and basically they were saying there were gonna be about 2 million people plus being there in the city. I was telling him like, yo, is it worth it? Cause guys, understand the night before, from like the evening, there were people already there camping out. So the scene was already packed, like it was already mad there. We were going to Nathan Phillips, so it was already like packed. And so I'm like, bro, like, should we actually go? Like, are we gonna take a fat L if we go? And where's okay, we'll get to that part later.
I'm good, I'm great. Know it's been a while, now I'm mixing up the drink. I just need a girl who gon' really understand.
They're coming from everywhere. So basically we get there and people are flooding in. Literally. It's like Hajj for
what, for Muslims?
It's like everybody's like walking in like we're about to make pilgrimage here, like
Allahu Akbar.
Okay, do that right now. We're gonna get kicked out. We're gonna get kicked out.
I'm trying to figure out some spaces, you know what I'm saying, right?
I just need a girl who gon' really understand.
It 100% smells like weed out here. Okay, so now we're here. We're at Nathan Phillips. Okay, when we were on the train, we were looking at live photos, live videos. Guys, like we were like tripping. If we don't get good spots, like something's happening to Abdi. Wait, that should be more specific. Abdi's getting beat up. You can already tell by my videos and everything, I'm a very like quiet and low-key person. Like I'm not I don't know why I decided to go to this.
You just say you're quiet?
Basically, when we got there, I was okay standing far away where there was a way for me to get out. But these mans, they want to shove their way in and go all the way to the front. And I don't want to be left behind. So we'll go, stop for a little. We're like, yeah, this is a good spot. We should be right here. Abdi's like, no, I gotta get closer. We really get into the crowd.
I'm turning it off.
I really wish I was up there. They're lucky. Okay, it's 9:30 now, and yeah, so now they turn on the TV.
I like slam dunk and take me to the hoop. My favorite play is the alley-oop. I like the pick and roll.
Yeah, for the past 2 hours, we were just standing there without any TV or without anything.
You're so close. Bring me off a piece of that.
This is literally the next 5 hours. We were watching The Office. Side note, one of the greatest shows ever. Art, comedic art. Keep in mind, we didn't eat anything. We didn't drink. We're standing there without any food or water. And the worst part about it is you guys all know how Canada made weed legal. And they made, okay, side note, and they made Flying Jones illegal, dog. Like, you have to get a pilot's license. You heard about this, right? 50% of the air there, all weed. The other 20% is cigarettes and vape. The other 20% is farts, bodily fluid, sweat, and all that. And then only a little percent is like fresh air. So that really effed me up. I really started to get sick. Okay, and at this point, all these, the DJs here, everybody's having a good time. People are climbing on arches. Okay, now we cut to... Things are getting lit, beach balls, yeah, people are shooting in like little nets and everything. I'm like, yo, this is pretty sick. But the only thing that's holding me back is that I feel so sick, okay? And I'm hoping it passes. Now it comes a point where it's like, I'm too sick, man. Like, I literally feel like throwing up. At this point, I'm like, guys, you know, I gotta go, like, peace, I'm out. There was no room to move. So I didn't want to leave because I knew how much of a mission it was gonna be. I'm not about to throw up on somebody and have the cameras around us pan on me, ruining my whole career, and I have to go literally be like, excuse me, sorry, like going through all these people. Some next level shit, like I felt I was going through war. Finally get out, finally, and I was like, I'm out. Like at that point, I didn't even feel like throwing up because I got out. Make my way down to the Union Station where we came from because I needed water, bro, the whole city was just filled. Like it was next level, man. Like everybody in red, everybody in wraps, everybody repping. And I just sat down and I watched it from my phone, and let me tell you, I enjoyed that more than actually being there and watching it. I'm not even lying to you, because I was watching it live, so I was messaging my guys over there. The parade is gonna be very late because of overcrowding issues. I messaged my friend's like, I'm out, right? And this is where Uzi, his journey to coming to the station. Abdi's like just something else. Like I want to say respect to him, but I don't know if what he did warrants respect. He stayed there, okay? Now Uzi makes his way down. Now I'm gonna call this guy and we're gonna ask him about his journey back to the station because this shit's funny.
Oh, hello sir, how are you guys doing?
Dude, my arm is shaking, that's how much I need food. Guys, we've been at this thing for forever, standing there without water and food. So we've had water, but since there's almost over 2 million people, we still haven't eaten food.
Yep.
Case in point why my arm is shaking right
One of our friends got left behind, he might be dead, we don't know what happened.
We don't know, because they were
I have a sneaking suspicion this one left him for dead.
Anyways, so we're going back now.
You already know, Raps champions, fam.
Now tell us what you went through realizing that I was right and it was completely stupid to stand there. He realized that late, so he took the bigger L. And wait, we're gonna let him hold that L because he's gonna tell us he's gonna tell us what happened.
Long story short, the moment I decided to give up was basically when I was getting dehydrated, my feet were hurting, and then these guys were basically, the parade people were moving slower than turtles. They're just, you could run past them. Holy shit, it's 1:30 right now. The parade was supposed to end.
Exactly, it was supposed to finish at 1:30, but they were like far away. It's still at 1:30.
And I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, man, I'm out of here, man. I'll be talking to you later, man. Stay alive. I'm trying to get out of there. I go to one corner. They're like, oh, you can't go out from here. It's basically whatever this guy went through times 10. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh shit, I'll go this way. They're like, oh no, that way. I go that way, this way, until I see a police officer.
And getting through the crowds were impossible.
Yeah, basically, there's this police officer trying to push like this lady over a barricade where she has to basically hop on backwards and try to drag her down. But I don't want to make fun of this lady, but she was packing out a couple pounds and she couldn't jump over, right? It was ironic because she was wearing yoga pants. You'd think she's flexible, but she's totally not. So then I just like, okay, I'm like, screw this, get her over. I'm like, yo, officer, I need to get out of here. Please let me get out, right? And then he basically did the same thing to me. I hopped on easy, but I wasn't prepared for him.
To lift this dude up.
No, not lift, drag. So I hop on, and he puts his arms on. No. And then I'm just like, oh man, I'm not even thinking about this. I'm just trying to get out. Thank you, officer. Bye. And then I finally make my way to Union Station after 20 minutes. Getting out of Phillips Square was like another 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was
But then getting out walking was like another 20. So it took me about 35 minutes to get to Union Station walking.
It was mad.
Then I'm looking like, Jose, where are you?
And the one thing we didn't mention is because there was so many people in the city, everybody using their phones, everybody using their cellular service and everything, the Wi-Fi, the service, everything was shit. So trying to communicate with each other was like
a nightmare.
Yeah, it was horrible. Now comes to the point where we're finally together and we're like, yo.
I'm like, yo, I haven't been so happy to see your ugly ass face. I'm like, oh, so you're that gun. And then we're just like, okay, let's go get something to drink.
Basically, we were standing outside of Nathan Phillips Square because it was so packed inside. There was like barely any room to even stand because like people were pushing into each other and all of that. And then all of a sudden we hear like bang, 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 bang. And I thought it was like a firework, like because the fireworks kept happening. And then all of a sudden I see like people running and somebody's like, oh, run. And all I see is like people it was like a stampede. Everybody was like running. We see cops and they're just standing there. They don't even know what's going on. Like you can tell they're shook because like they're not prepared for it, right?
Yeah.
And then we see like people like losing their heels and their shoes, their bags, clothes. I saw like bare shoulders like just getting thrown to the side. People were just grabbing their kids out of their shoulders and they were running. People were like running into buildings, screaming. It was crazy.
Honestly, it's sad how some people have to ruin the fun for the whole of basically Canada. There was like so many people there. It's very disheartening because everybody was out there having fun, celebrating the championship. People were being trampled. It was like a stampede, It's just, like we were gone. Me and Uzi were on the train back, and some of our friends were still there, like Abdi and other people. Thank God, alhamdulillah, everybody was good, everybody was okay. But it's really terrible how like when these great big events, everybody's happy and celebrating, like somebody has to just come and ruin it. Somebody whose life is just terrible and they take it out on other people. It's honestly just sad. Honestly, the best part, I think one of the best parts was at the end when Kawhi gets the last laugh.
Enjoy this moment and have fun with it. Ha 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 ha. What it do, baby?
I thought that was like the best way to end how this whole thing started. This whole thing started with his laugh in the beginning and it ends with his laugh as well. I don't know, there's nothing more to say. It was just a perfect way to end. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Honestly, this whole thing was just amazing. Canada's first championship.
Toronto's, but Canada's as well.
Man, it's a city, but it's a nation. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole nation behind the city. It's insane. History in the making. Like how many times can you say you were there when history was made? Especially to witness history. Like as much as I hated going there, I still wouldn't have missed it. Like it was an amazing experience. Just the whole thing in general. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe, like, and let's go Raptors.